Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and we're going to talk about another overhyped week for the PlayStation from the fanboys. So, I don't understand why these guys just don't quit doing this. It's dumb. It really is dumb. PlayStation is a corp, man. If they were going to come out and do some stuff like this, like the acquisition thing, obviously they just dropped that news. Boom. They just dropped those, but when it comes to all this other stuff, like they're gonna buy From Software, and they got this big old major plan with Konami, and these guys, they get these freaking PlayStation guys all hyped up, man, and then it just continues to become a disappointment. That don't get me wrong, guys. PlayStation is a pretty solid brand. I have a PlayStation 5. Like, I do enjoy playing PlayStation games when they come out and when they're good. I'm normally very seldom do I ever feel like remorse when I buy Sony first party games. Very rarely do I ever feel bad about it. I usually always feel like I get my money. A lot of the third party deals, though, that's where things have really fell short for me this generation with PlayStation 5. What's up, Mendez TV? Nikita Percy, how's it going? Servant of Christ. And Dob Will, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. Thanks for your guys' continued support. I love it. I appreciate it. OCD Gamers in the house and Gaming Fire. What's up, man? I know the Xbox might be actually by Ubisoft at some point. I know, man. And if they do that, like if they buy Ubisoft, man, we will report on it the day they report on it, because you know what, man, there's no reason for me to sit and get there's no reason for me to sit and overhype my community when we don't know anything. The best that we can do is, dude, we're gamers. We like to speculate about games. We like to speculate, that vision, especially when you're younger, man, like I still do every once in a while. I fantasize about like these really cool games and stuff, like when I hear about them and then I see them, and man, I get kind of overhyped myself, with PlayStation games. But dude, this generation's just hasn't done it for me yet. It's the beginning of the generation. There's still a lot of time. There's still a lot of money on the table for PlayStation to invest in their studios and, keep that freaking virtuous cycle going and moving really fast. And it's there. The potential's there. Obviously, we saw what the PlayStation 4 Pro could do, and that was like nowhere near as powerful as the PlayStation 5. So, eventually we're going to see the fruits of that labor pan out. By that time, it might be a pretty loud console, but whatever. I'm busting my cherry in Elden Ring right now. My first day. Yeah. You know what? That's the thing, Nikita, is that world is built for you to explore. Explore it. Have fun with it. There's no need to rush through there. Trust me when I say this, Elden Ring is like a game of a generation. Play it. Enjoy it. Learn it. Read things. Talk to NPCs. Figure out how to fight things, find ways that work best for you. You can play that game for a long time. And you don't have to just sit there and hammer your head against the wall. You can play other things and then come back, but just be there. frog. Onyx, what's up, my friend? Just finished Miles Morales 8K60 That's like one of the best freaking PlayStation 5 games out right now, sir, Mr. Onyx. What's up, MR2? Britton Burks. How's it going, guys? Wait, who is acquiring From Software? Oh, that was the rumors. The for PlayStation's biggest week ever. It was supposed to be like their biggest week, and they were like, "Yeah, man, they're gonna come out and they're gonna announce Spartacus, and then they're gonna say they bought From Software, and then they're gonna do this and they're gonna do that." And like, it was just so much hype this week. I was like, "Oh my gosh." Most of this hype was coming from Twitter, guys. I'm sorry. And YouTube. All the PlayStation fanboys out there with their little overhype the crowd freaking channels. Are we really that easily hyped? Seriously, dude, are we like really that seriously hyped? The realest thing we got on the horizon is what? MLB The Show on Game Pass. We got Godfall coming to Xbox finally. We have you know, the Lego Star Wars game. I'll probably cover that on the channel. I mean, that's basically what we've got right now. It's a bunch of last gen games that are being brought forward to this gen. So, what's up, Walter? How you doing, man? Isn't PlayStation going to announce something big? Oh yeah, I thought they were going to announce something big, dude. MBG, man. I don't dislike MBG. I really do like him. He's pretty funny or whatever. But I mean, like that dude just tries to overhype people so much, and it's like, dude, come on, man. Like PlayStation is really not that great, and it's like you guys that man, I understand like brand loyalty and loving your brand, whatever, blah blah blah. Like I understand that. I get it, man. I love Xbox. I love PlayStation. I love PC now, dude. I mean, I bought this game Arma 3. Oh my freaking gosh, man. If we ever had something like that on console, man, wow, dude. Wow. And I mean, that game came out in 2013. Oh, you know what else I bought on PC the other day? I grabbed myself a copy of freaking Rise, Son of Rome. That game looks freaking phenomenal on the PC, dude, with maxed out settings and 120 plus frames a second. That game's freaking beautiful, literally freaking beautiful, and it feels so good. I was watching Skillsy earlier. Bethesda is saying Starfield will be even better than most people are thinking. I kind of feel okay. I listened to the way Todd Howard and everybody was talking about Starfield. If they really did manage to create a game like Starfield that is essentially a non-hold your hand game, do whatever you want. Um, yeah, yeah, I could see that game being freaking literally phenomenal. That's why I'm holding judgment on Elden Ring until I've played Starfield. I want to know and I want to feel like I do. I mean, like Elden Ring is like literally up there in my top games. Like honestly, like there's not one PlayStation first party game that's come out that could even hold a candle to what I feel for Elden Ring. Like literally, like Elden Ring is a solid experience. Yeah, it might have some, performance issues. I mean, like I overlook performance issues on a lot of games. I mean, I mean, like visuals, yeah, they could be like way better visuals, but I mean, you don't necessarily need like PlayStation level visuals on everything. It would be nice. Like, yeah, I would love that, but I mean, then it would, I don't know. I don't know. Like there's certain games you can, as long as it looks good, it usually is okay. You think Forza Motorsport 8 coming this year? Yes, I do think Forza Motorsport 8 will be coming out this year. I do not think that Microsoft will hold that back. I do believe that I do 100% believe that Forza Motorsport will indeed be a live service game and it will get updated throughout the rest of this generation. I do not see it being a tiered release anymore like it used to be. I think that this will be I think that they'll carry this one through for a few years. And I think they should because racing games do not need to be you don't need a new iteration of a racing game every other year. Like yeah, and I am willing to an extent to pay for more content for these live service racing games if they do them right. I mean, if they feel like, yeah, man, like I want the developers to be able to make money. Like I do. I want them to be able to make money, but I also want to be able to have an experience that isn't going to sit and nickel and freaking dime me for everything. I don't think that they should put if they do want to support it live service, I do not think that they should put like like what Gran Turismo did. You can pay real money for in-game credits. I don't think they should do that. I do think that they should let you um, buy cars and have like a realistic price on them. You know what I mean? Like not a realistic price, but I mean like not trying to nickel and dime you $30 for a car. Like why would I want to pay $30 for a freaking car to drive in a game? You know what I mean? Like yes, I definitely want a Rise sequel as well. Watch the acquisition be for Blue Box. I know that. Yeah, we got Blue Box. It's pending. I can definitely see that, man. That's what it seems like PlayStation is buying, like a bunch of these like Kickstarter program things, and I'm like, dude, what are you guys buying another Kickstarter for? You know what I mean? It's like maybe you should wait till they put something out. Don't own the damn IP, Frog, Big L. Yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, they don't own the IP, do they? for that game. That would be cool if they I would like to see Microsoft invest in a sequel to Rise Son of Rome. I want to play Rise Son of Rome on PC Game Pass. Yeah, you should do it. I bought a copy on Steam. It was like $2.60. So I was like, okay, I'll buy one. I just wanted to see if it was different than the because I haven't played it. I don't like using the Xbox freaking downloader on the PC. I don't know, man. It feels clunky, it feels buggy, it feels like when I try to get into a game, it like wants me to sign in again and I can't sign in again. It's just it's already irritated me enough times to where I just don't care about it. So I would much rather just use GOG or Steam or I haven't even downloaded Epic yet. What's up, Sicko? How's it going? I haven't even downloaded that. Jason, what's up, my friend? Welcome back. I haven't seen you here for at least a week or so. How many cough the April Fool's jokes when you buying Konami? Oh, I know, dude. Gosh, man, it's so funny. I was gonna do like some like April Fool's thing, man, but I'm too old for that crap. I just don't care. I'm too serious a person to care about that kind of stuff, and I take things literal a lot, dude. I take things literal a lot. When somebody explains something to me, I'm thinking literal most of the time, and so that's why I kind of try to avoid like overhype or listening to other people talk about games or any kind of things like that, because I overhype myself because I take stuff literally. When they're like, yeah, man, this game is going to be the biggest thing you ever blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm expecting what they're talking about. And you know how people, when they try to sell you something, they're always just like a little bit over the top. And so I expect that little bit over the top. And when it falls short, like Horizon Forbidden West, I'm like, oh yeah, that wasn't great. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Crytek own the IP for Rise. Sadly, I think Crytek would do it, but they're working on another freaking Crysis game, Crysis 4. They did announce Crysis 4, but it's not on PC Game Pass. Are you serious, dude? It's like $2.50. Blake, it was like $2. It's on Steam right now for like $2, like maybe a little bit over $2. And trust me, it's worth it. If your PC is strong enough to run that thing at 1440p at max settings with freaking, oh gosh, do you get like 100 and something frames a second? I was getting well over 120 frames a second on my 3060 Ti. And dude, it looks so good. So good. I was like, wow, this game came out in 2013. I mean, if Xbox would just do like a little bit of bump of resolution, bump it up to 1440p and unlock the frame rate, dude. Oh my gosh. See, the lawmakers are pushing for oh yeah, dude, those 4 kooks. Dude, I don't care about politicians anymore. Those guys are so freaking stupid. It's not even funny. They're like, no, man, don't be buying Activision because their people do bad stuff there. And I'm like, well, why do you think they're selling to Mike? Seriously, if they didn't have all those problems, they wouldn't be for sale. That's for sure, man. Like Activision was a juggernaut. So I don't know, man. Like, dude, I think politicians are so dumb. I believe Rise never left Xbox. Rise. Yeah, Rise is Xbox. It hasn't never, I mean, it is on PC, but it never went to like PlayStation or anything else. There's no such thing as a Sony insider. Yeah. PlayStation keeps their stuff to their chest pretty good, man. Like leaking at PlayStation is pretty you don't really ever hear too many leaks from PlayStation. I think Redfall is going to be I think Redfall is going to be I don't think it's going to be mid, but I think it's going to be I think when you start playing Redfall, you're going to be thinking like, wow, man, this is cool. Like the vampires and stuff. This is cool. But I kind of feel like Redfall is going to be more along the lines of Back 4 Blood or whatever. I mean, was that what it was? Back 4 Blood? I feel like it's going to be something kind of like that, unless it's got like a single player story where you can play single player and stuff. If it's a co-op game, yeah, I would expect it to be something like Back 4 Blood. If it's got a single player game, then I could see it being something more along the lines of what Deathloop is or what freaking Ghostwire Tokyo is. That's just kind of my feelings on it. I would like to see Redfall be something more like this is what I would like to see Redfall be. I would like to see Redfall have a structure like freaking Wolfenstein, like Wolfenstein, the second one. If it had something like that, like a full blown story mode, like just in like the framework of how those Wolfenstein games are built, I think that'd be pretty good. And then if it had like a co-op thing that you could like go and do like some bigger missions, yeah, I don't know, man. It just depends on the structure of that game. First person shooters, I mean, if it's a looter shooter like Wonderlands right now, like I don't know, man. I don't really like first person shooter looter games. And that's just because I cannot see my character when I equip new cool armor and stuff. Like it's pointless to me. Like I want to be able to see my character when in like a looter game that has different armor and stuff. So I don't know. It just depends how it turns out. I think it'll be a good game, but I don't think anybody should be overhyping themselves per any Xbox game or any PlayStation game. Don't overhype yourself and then you're not let down. Then you can go into it with a clear mind and be like, yeah, dude, this game was actually pretty cool. It wasn't bad. And then you don't have to sound like Dreamcast guy like a week after you review it, like, oh man, this game sucks and stuff. And it's like, yeah, dude, because you went in there with like overhyping yourself, like, oh my gosh, it's just so great, and you're all giddy about it, and then it just you don't really feel that way. Oh man, let's see. Oh, Jason, every time there's a Sony insider, it's an anonymous source. Yeah, for real. They don't own the IP, Jason. The game is exclusive for Xbox, though. The game was running at 900p at 34. Oh gosh, I know, man. Just to see it at native 1440p with max settings at 100 and something plus frames a second Onyx is, oh my gosh, dude. That game is just it's so good. And like the combat now, it feels so much better because it's so smooth. It's like, wow, dude, this game is awesome. This is what Xbox should be streaming for, striving for. Iconic. The same people complaining about the acquisition conveniently invested prior to the Ukraine invasion and got 60% gains. They are just doing this to inflate their image down the line, probably. Can't wait to see Redfall, Starfield, Avowed gameplay. Now, now I get, like I get that, like I mean, these are big games that need to be at least. I honestly, I don't think these games need to be like freaking. I don't know, man. I don't think they need to be like the world's top class video games. Like I don't know if they could get to that standard to where they're like I already feel like Xbox games are good enough to compete. Like I already feel that way. So I mean, like everybody like has this like unrealistic expectation that like, oh my gosh, they need to be better than Sony games. And it's like, dude, Sony games to me, I've been a PlayStation guy for over 25 years. PlayStation games to me are they're not the best games out there. Like seriously, not one of them are in my top freaking 10. Like I mean, well, maybe like maybe like close to there, but dude, I've played so many games in my life that like PlayStation games, like, yeah, they're cool. I enjoy playing them. I love going through those story games, but I mean, not enough to be like, oh my gosh, these are the best freaking games ever. Like, no, I don't feel that way. Their biggest worry is the toxic culture, yet somehow Microsoft is the problem when it's regarded for the best working conditions. I know, huh? Yeah, I mean, like honestly, Onyx, if the coalition was to shoot for 30 frames a second, I'm pretty sure the games would look better than PlayStation's. Like, I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? Like Xbox is always shooting for for performance, man. And I like that. And so I mean, like I've always gotten a decent image quality and pretty decent performance out of all the Xbox games that I played. And when I came into Xbox last generation at the end of last generation, dude, I had like really low expectations. I just wanted like I just wanted a better machine to play my third party games. Like that's literally all I cared about. And I didn't even consider PC back then because I was like, yeah, I don't care. I'm a PC gamer or whatever. So how do you guys feel about Sony become a mom and pop bread shop and Elon Musk has opened next door? I hope we get Indiana Jones sooner than later. Dude, they just announced that last year, man. I feel like Xbox has been announcing stuff a bit too. See, that's the thing, man. It's like a double-edged sword. If everybody's like, "Oh, Microsoft, we want you to tell us what you're working on," and then they're like, "Okay, well, here's what we're working on," and they're like, "Oh yeah, but that's going to be like 3 years out." Then like, dude, I don't want to know about a game 3 freaking years out. Do you want to know about it? I mean, like with Forspoken, okay, and they did this with Horizon Forbidden West. They come out and they announce these games, and then you got to wait well over a freaking year and a half to play them. And then they show you so much stuff when you're on Twitter, when you're looking through Twitter and you're seeing like gameplay and stuff. They show you so much stuff that by the time the game finally comes out, you're like, whatever. Okay, whatever. It's not new no more. It's not exciting no more. You've already seen too much. Why do you guys think I try? I mean, I used to try not to, but everybody likes freaking gameplay videos. I don't know why you guys want to spoil that stuff for you. I would much rather you just stare at my face while I'm talking. I'm just, oh, I feel Xbox will be better than Sony exclusives. I do too. I really feel like this is the generation that Xbox is going to finally be able to show people that, hey, man, like people are overhyping this PlayStation stuff, and that's literally what it is, man. The Last of Us is amazing, one of the most incredible gaming experiences I've ever had. See, I liked The Last of Us, Walter. I really did like it, but it wasn't like when I was playing through that game, Walter, I was thinking about because I've been a long time Resident Evil fan. So in my eyes, when I was playing through that, I was kind of looking at it as like a like a like a Resident Evil knockoff. I mean, it was good, it was amazing, it had an amazing story, stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I never really put The Last of Us, the first game, like way up there on that list. It was probably because I didn't even play it until I got the PlayStation 4 and it was upgraded for PlayStation 4. That's when I played through it. Crash Bandicoot, Metal Gear Solid 1, Final Fantasy 7, Resident Evil. That's what made PlayStation. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. If it wouldn't have been for those games, yeah. Dreamcast guys, crap gaming 2.0. Walter, I think The Last of Us 2 is below average gameplay, but has a good story. They both have good stories. They both have good stories. They do. I mean, I'm not here to say that freaking PlayStation games are bad. Like that's not at all what I'm trying to say. I do enjoy them, and clearly I buy every single freaking one of them. Like I do enjoy playing those games. And I've always been able. The only one I haven't been able to play all the way through is Days Gone. Everything else that came out, I was able to play through all of those games, get through them in a weekend. Days Gone was just the only one I was just like, dude, I just don't even care. I just don't even care about this game. Sev, what's up, man? Dude, I was so over. I'm so over zombies. I think they're just getting so overused that I just don't freaking care anymore. And I'd already played, what was it, World War Z before Days Gone. So I was like, dude, I've already seen that. That's cool, but I've already seen that, and it was much funner to play. It was much funner to play World War Z with a bunch of my friends. You know what I mean? Like that was a funner game to play. But I can tell you guys, I did get on Returnal tonight, and I did play the online with somebody else, just some random. Ended up making a new friend tonight on there. That Returnal experience with somebody else definitely makes that a more intriguing experience. So that is something that's good about it. I made it to the second biome with them and we were playing around in there. That is pretty freaking cool. Like that's cool that I was able to do that and play around with that and have some fun with that. And I mean we did it in about about an hour. We were playing around with it for about an hour. I wanted to check it out because I was gonna, make a video on it and stuff. But I do think that Returnal with a second player, being able to play through the campaign, that definitely adds to the immersion of that game even a little more. Yeah, I mean, it does kind of make it a bit easier, depending on who you're playing with. If you're playing with somebody that's really good, um, I do have a different outlook on Returnal now as a multiplayer game. As a multiplayer game, it it is fun, but I still do not recommend paying $70 for it, man. It is still a $50 game at best. At best. Ooh, I love Ghost of Tsushima too. I love Ghost of Tsushima. The Last of Us in 2013 was the most incredible game I'd ever played from a technical perspective. It was pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, man. Like, don't get me wrong, Walter. It was a good game. Like, I really did like it. I ended up playing it. Like I said, I played it on the PlayStation 4. So when I was playing it on the PlayStation 4, it was kind of like playing an old game too. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There was a lot of things going on at that time. So I'm not saying that it was a bad game, but I did complete it. Obviously, it was a good enough game for me to complete. So yeah, maybe I just need to play through it again. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm never gonna play through it again. I mean, if they remake that like the second game or whatever and bundle it together or whatever, I would play through it again. I would play through it again. Vampires are the new zombie. I know, I'm loving it, dude. I could do vampires a little bit longer than zombies. I bet for sure, Black Knight. Because I mean, we got that one that's coming out on PlayStation next month. I'm gonna do that vampire whatever masquerade thing. I'm gonna play that. I was actually thinking about doing doing like a first impressions for Vampire on the Xbox Series S. Do you guys want that? Because it's been upgraded for Series X and S, and so I need to get some coverage out on that. I like that game. That game's kind of like a Bloodborne. It kind of has that like Bloodborne appeal to it or whatever, and it's pretty decent. Oh, I still don't like those types of games anyway, so not for me. Yeah. Resident Evil Village is fire. Yeah. After I got done playing Resident Evil Village, I literally named that game my favorite Resident Evil. It is my favorite Resident Evil right now. And I mean, and it's just a little bit above Resident Evil 2 for me, but gosh, it is so good. I like Resident Evil 8 for some reason. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I think it does have a lot to do with the supernatural part of the game. That's what like really like drug me in and was like, "Oh man, vampires and werewolves and oh my gosh, this is great." I loved it. I thought it was great to go that way. I was so excited about that, so happy because I like that kind of stuff, man. Like I like that kind of stuff. It's just cool, man. Zombies don't really like I don't care about zombies. Like why would anybody care about zombies? That's just they've overused that so much. It's time to move on from zombies, man. We need more skeletons again. You know what I mean? Returnal with MP is the type of game that needed for subscription service. Too bad that's the only one they have. I know. If they could do some more of them Returnal type games, that'd be pretty good, man. Resident Evil 4 is pretty dang good too. I would say it's Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 4 for me. And then like Resident Evil 5 has got some it was pretty good too. But like the older Resident Evils, like Resident Evil 1 and 0 after they were remade for the GameCube. I still love the original Resident Evil, but I'd like the remade version better than the original. I have been just invading and killing people in Elden Ring, like Trickster Tongue Mage, coming uninvited to a world near you soon. Nice. Ooh, makes that a $70 game, bro. Too bad nobody will buy it. Yeah, nobody's gonna buy it now. I mean, dude. I'm pretty sure Returnal's come and gone. Like it's over for that. But if it goes on there, they will probably. People are gonna download it and play it. Fair enough, Frog. I played it on the PS3 at release, and it was like, wow, yeah. I loved it, but I don't. I just there's I can't put like I can't like put that high of a value on it. Like I don't know, man. Like zombies are boring to me in most games and just mindless obstacles in your way. Yep, exactly. Enjoy it. Amazing game. Vampires have some cutting and intelligence, so they usually provide more of a challenge than the zombies. Ah, Blood Rain. I love Blood Rain. You know, there is rumors that a new Blood Rain is coming out. They just upgraded like Blood Rain 1 and 2 on PC, and Xbox and PlayStation. You can buy those again. They're actually running in 4K now with a little bit better controls. They do feel a lot better. So yeah, you could pick those up on PlayStation and Xbox, I believe. RE8 and Halo Infinite were the best games last year. Yeah. Did Resident Evil? Yeah, Resident Evil 8 did come out last year. I think. Oh well, no, because I liked freaking. I really liked that Tales of Arise, dude. Tales of Arise really made me freaking happy. Tales of Arise has me excited about JRPG again. That's why I made that my game of the year, because freaking Tales of Arise has me excited to play JRPGs from Bandai Namco. I'm not exactly too happy with the ones I've played from Square Enix lately. Sorry, Square, man. You guys used to be freaking great. You used to be the king, but I'm letting Bandai Namco have that for now. Bandai Namco games are starting to impress me a lot because they're cool, man. Like I loved the music in Tales of Arise. I love the freaking just the way the game felt. It took me back and it like gave me like it made me excited to play freaking JRPGs again. And I mean, like, I'm not gonna play every single JRPG, but like I'm excited about JRPGs again because of that game and Scarlet Nexus. Both of those came out, and they were both pretty dang good games. You know what? Near Replicant was pretty good, but dude, it definitely needed a next gen upgrade to be able to play it like 60 frames a second and like a steady 60 frames a second with higher resolution and like just like more visuals. It There are some parts in that game that look really, really good, but then there's some parts that are just like, wow, man, I wish this was better. I just bought RE2, never played it, gonna wait for the upgrade. Yeah. I don't know when the upgrade's gonna come out, but hopefully soon. They've been they've been talking a lot about it on Twitter, Peter. So it might be soon. Have you played some Destiny 2? I want to get into that. I played Destiny 2 all the way up until the last the last update before the last one, before the one that just came out. And like I'm not giving them any more money, dude. I'm done paying for freaking Destiny. I do love the new upgrades and everything that they did for the game, but I'm not paying for no more Destiny, man. I'm not paying for it. I played a lot of it. It is pretty good. Through his Haley, you can there's a lot. I mean, like it's big enough and got enough content that it'll keep you busy for a while. But I don't know, man. I just got so tired of the grind. Yeah, Village is my favorite. I did a review on it, Nikita. Yeah, Village is my favorite game. Look that one up and see if you can if you can find it. That was like way back in. That was like one of the first reviews I actually did for this channel. I'm going to buy another checkerbird shirt next week. Nice. I know I need to order a hat. I just haven't had any money to do it. I need to order a hat so I can do my checkerbird with a nice new hat. What do you prefer, PC or console? I'm still firmly console, but I'm starting to get used to playing around with PC and learning keyboard and mouse, stuff like that. I do like it. It's just another platform that I can experience games that I can't get on console. And if like the game is like really hammered on console, then I can always get it on PC. But I mean, PC is not exactly the perfect platform either, because you get a game like Elden Ring, and it has these like weird freaking stutters in it. Like no matter what you do, even though you're at 60 frames a second locked, you still get these stutters, and it feels jarring. And not even VRR or FreeSync or any of that crap fixes that. You always get those stutters no matter what. Where I'm not getting those on Xbox because of VSync, or not VSync, because of VRR, I'm not getting those, so it feels better. But I mean, playing the ultimate way to play um, Elden Ring right now is to literally play the PlayStation 4 version on your PS5. If you do that, you get a locked 60 frames a second, and it feels pretty dang good. Like it's always just consistent. But you're gonna have to play that on a monitor, bro. Because if you play that on a 4K TV, you're not gonna like the image quality. You're gonna be like, oh boy, this is not that great. Hey Chris, how's it going, man? Blood Rain won't happen in 2022. It would be canceled. Man, I hope they push it through, man. I hope they push it through and make Rain like one of the freaking, oh yeah, dude. I freaking loved Blood Rain back in the day. I thought that game was so freaking fun. 360 era was literally so good. Last of Us, Dark Souls, Demon Souls. Oh yeah. Like the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 generation was probably the last generation that like us older guys were like really hyped for, because we were like boom in our prime. Like that was our prime gaming time. I was 26, or whatever. 25, 26. So I mean, I was like, yeah, man, I'm an adult, but I still love video games. And I'm like, yeah, this is video games. RE2 is amazing. RE3 remake. Yeah, the remake of 3, not so much. PC for me, PC 100. I prefer consoles. Apparently, that next Dragon Quest might be rated mature. Really, dude, that would be interesting. Oh, console, PC console. Frog, I don't know. I'm off topic, but what do you think about the Xbox Elite controller? I just got one. I think they're good, Ghost. Don't drop them ever. Like literally, never drop that controller. I think they're good, but dude, honestly, that freaking Elite controller was literally my favorite controller until this little bad boy came out. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. See that? See that, man? This regular Xbox controller. Oh man, it stole the show. I like playing on it, man. I like picking it up. I like the way it feels. I like using it. I mean that Elite controller. I mean, this thing here after a while just kind of gets heavy, man. But I mean, I've got 2 of these. I love it. I feel like the size of because this Elite feels pretty small in my hand, whereas this one right here it feels just more comfortable for me. It just feels more comfortable for my big old patty cakes. I mean, I love that Elite, but I love that new Xbox controller. It just feels so much better in my big fat patty cakes, my big old sausage fingers. See, I just don't, dude. I don't like the way the PlayStation 5 controller feels in my hand. Well, it's not that I don't like it. It just feels a little more awkward for some reason than the PlayStation 4 one did. Merge Live Gold with Game Pass. Yeah, I do think they possibly should do that, but they need to Frog, do you think E3 is finally dead? I don't necessarily think it's finally dead, but it's definitely not happening this year. Summer Games Fest has kind of taken that over. I kind of like that format a little better anyways. I did like E3, but I wish Xbox would just do like a couple big shows a year, like not big shows, but like decent sized shows, like come out and just show a bunch of stuff. Like 4 times a year. I think PlayStation should do the same thing, maybe have like every quarter or something, to get people hyped and let us keep our hype or whatever. They need to take their time and make a masterpiece Resident Evil 4 remake. Yes, they do. They definitely do. I think is what they're going to do is they're going to announce Resident Evil 4 remake. And I think that's going to come out this year, to tell you the truth, Walter. I think they're going to drop that this year. I just have this feeling that game is dropping this year for some reason. And I don't know why. I feel like Resident Evil 4 remake is going to drop this year, but I feel like it's going to drop this year. And I feel like that's why they are making such a push to get all 3 of those games updated before that, because I think they're going to drop that this year, man. And they're trying to keep, or they're at least trying to keep Resident Evil fresh in your head, at least till, because I think it's going to drop the end of this year, maybe even the beginning of next year. That's kind of like I mean, like Resident Evil usually drops, during the beginning of the year. So, but when a Resident Evil drops, they do long-term sales. I don't think PC is worth the price, especially if you don't like shooters or competitive multiplayer games. Oh, if you don't like shooters or competitive multiplayer. Yeah. Oh, they already have merch live. A goal with Game Pass called Game Pass Ultimate, and you get EA access. Yeah. Oh, you mean just like 100%? Like they're just watching David Jeffrey selling all his stuff in Elden Ring. What? Oh man, I sold a lot of stuff in there too. Like all that stuff that you pick up, all the like all the stuff for crafting. I'll sell that stuff all the time. I don't care. Elden Ring and Sifu Kirby was a breath of fresh air. You're like, dude, Kirby's so great. Switch Pro controller is my fave. I love the Switch Pro controller. I like those. I like Switch Pro. Nintendo Switch. Oh, you're a little dusty there, buddy. Oh man, that just reminds me. I need to play some Metroid Dread, guys. I need to freaking get through that game, dude. Man, I got so many games. PS Now not even available on mobile yet. Big one for Game Pass. As soon as PS5 uses, yeah, they do use a lot of checkerbird rendering, man. Checkerbirds everywhere. Game Pass Ultimate includes gold. Yeah, I was expecting MBG tweet. He is flipping green again today. Oh, I see. I love you, Xbox. Please let me come back. Yeah, dude, that's why I don't understand it, man. It's just like, just stand your ground, dude. Like, when PlayStation does things good, I say good things about them. When they do dumb stuff, like come out and be like, yeah, we're gonna need $17.99 for you to play demos and for us to save your content in the clouds. I'm like, no, dude, don't give me $17 to play freaking PS1 and 2 games, dude. Have you seen those things lately? They don't look very good anymore. Like original Xbox games, they hold up. They give them 4K. They look pretty good. I mean, go play Conquer Bad Fur Day, man, and tell me that game doesn't hold up that good in 4K. Like, I'm like, wow, dude, this looks amazing, actually. Games of gold are literally so bad compared to PS games. Not even that the PS Plus games are that good. Was it always like that? Game Pass is amazing, but if you just have gold, then that must suck. There's a lot of people out there that's still like, oh man, I don't like to rent my games. I want to buy them. I'm like, dude, I just rented freaking Crusader Kings 3 and that's pretty solid. I mean, I can't wait to play more of that. But gosh, dude, you know what? It is getting pretty hard to cover all these damn consoles. I didn't buy Death Stranding on the PC, Chris. It doesn't look like it's a big enough upgrade. It would require me to want to play through it again. I might, when it goes on sale, Chris, I might actually grab a copy. I did put in for code for it on one of the gaming sites to see if I could cover it. If they give me a code, awesome, that'd be awesome. But I'm gonna wait until they decline it before I buy it, because here, true story, man. I actually put in for code for what was it? Sniper Contracts Ghost or Sniper Warrior Ghost Contracts 2 or something. I put in for code for that, and it started getting closer to the day that it was going to release. So I was like, all right, I just bought it. And then a week later, they gave me free code for it. And I was like, oh my gosh, dude. So now I just kind of wait on games that I'm not like, oh man, you know what I mean? I just kind of wait and see if they're good. If they decline it, then I'll buy it maybe. And then I give it a bad review. No, I'm just joking. That'd be so bad. Huh? I'm like, you didn't give me a free code, man. I'm gonna get this in a bad review. I mean, I don't know, man. I just freaking did like a first impressions for probably my first and last freaking Square Enix game getting code for it, man. That sucks. I'm like, really, dude? You guys would give me the code for this game, but they declined me on Guardians of the Galaxy. They declined me for Stranger of Paradise, and they declined me for something else, and I'm like, really, dude? You give me the code for freaking Babylon's Fall, man. I'm like, that sucks, man. That put me into like a rock and a hard place because now when I tell people like I don't like this game, if I tell people I don't like this game, you're never gonna give me another code again. You're gonna be like, he didn't even like our game, and I'm like, have you seen it, man? Like seriously, have you seen it? Have you played it, guys? Have you guys even played it, Square Enix? Have you guys put that game in your freaking console and you played it? And you tell me you love that game. You tell me you love that game, and I'll tell you why I love the game. You know what I mean? That's just what I don't get, man. It's like you expect people to pay $60 for this game, and it's like if this game would have been $29.99 or free to play or something, I think they would have had a hit. I think they would have had a good game that people would have engaged with. But seeing as they came out and they're like, oh no, we need our $60 for this, I'm like, okay, man, you did this to yourself. You did this to yourself. This game is on PlayStation 5 and it looks like it's 1080p. And it might not be 1080p, but the visuals in that game make it look like 1080p. And so when you've got other games, when you say you just get done playing Sackboy and like that looks all sharp and crystal clear, and then you jump over to Babylon's Fall, you're like, ooh boy, like what is this, man? It's like a PlayStation 2 game. So I don't know, man. I don't think it's a bad game, but I think that the visuals on Babylon's Fall would definitely turn a lot of people off really quick right out of the gate. Oh man, game demos have always been free. Yeah, well, they used to until they get to PlayStation, dude. I would love to play a new Army of Two games. Yeah, you're gonna have to get EA to sign up for that, Ghost. But yeah, Sniper Elite 5 day one on Game Pass. Yes, sir. Oh man, I'm so excited about that game. I put in for code for that one too, man. If they give me code for that, dude, I would love to review that. I love those games. I would love to review that and get early access to that so that I could have a review ready, like a professional one, without having to like rush through games because that's getting bad too, man. Because I buy these games and then like I have to rush through them to try to put out a review, and then I just feel like I can't really. Working all day. Did Sony buy from software? No, I don't think they did. I'm starting to really get into that Weird West. Yeah, Weird West is a solid. I think Weird West is solid for sure, dude. Only playing that game for what 20 minutes, and I was like, wow, dude, this is pretty cool, man. You can like bury people and stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely something that would be fun to play around with for a while. I was playing around with it on my monitor, so I want to throw it on my 4K and like look at that game and play around with it that way, so I can just get like a bigger view and see what's going on. It does have that Borderlands visuals, so because you talk shit about their game, yeah, you're right, man. If they come out charging me full price for freaking free to play games, yeah, I'm gonna say something about it. What do you want me to say, man? Like you want me to just blindly love everything? Okay, Jeremy Russell, I think you should run out and buy yourself a copy of Gran Turismo 7 and just love it. Actually, I think every PlayStation fanboy deserves to buy themselves a copy of Gran Turismo 7, man. Yeah. Most publishers won't mind reviewers giving negative reviews if it's in proper context. Well, I tried to be as proper as I could, man. Like, I just don't think there's a certain class. I think I do. I think Babylon's Fall is going to be a really niche title, really niche. And there's like, and it's just like simple things that they could do to fix it. First of all, lower that price, make it $29.99. That will at least soften the blow when people see, what the game looks like. Adjust the gameplay, make it a game that where if you want to actually play through it single player, you can play through it single player. And when you get to the bosses, like seriously, that first boss I got to was so irritating. It was not fun to fight that boss. Not even a little bit. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel fun. It didn't feel like, whoa, man, this is cool. I want to keep doing it. Like, no, I just wanted it to be over and I wanted to be done. I wanted to turn the game off right then and there and never play it again because it was just dumb. That fight was so irritating. It's like, oh, the thing was like a hit sponge, and yeah, I mean, you guys watch me like live stream it, dude. Like that stuff was so bad. Oh, do you think Abandon? No, I don't think Abandon's ever coming out, dude. I think Abandon got abandoned a long time ago. Sony can't buy From Software. They are owned by Kodakawa, who's denied anyone interested in purchasing it in their cash cow, and they aren't going to let them go. Now that, yeah. Chris, I do kind of feel like GT7 will recover if they do its DLC right. If they support Gran Turismo 7 the way they supported GT Sport with free content, new free tracks, free cars. Well, I mean, you have to buy the cars in game, but if they continue to support that and bring more content, bring more races, bring more and continue to support that, yeah, I do think the GT7 will recover. And I already think it's a fine game. I just don't think that um I don't think that I, I mean the negativity about what they did completely overshadowed all the good things about it. It did. It blew it up. It overshadowed everything. So I do think it can recover, but it is going to take a little bit of time. They need to bring back Kane and Lynch. Kane and Lynch would be pretty cool for a third game. That would be pretty cool. I would play that. I definitely like the first one way better than the second one, but yeah, I could definitely see Kane and Lynch being pretty cool again. They can buy for software. All those rumors of Sony acquisition from software. Yeah. I think Kodakawa wants to sell though. I don't think they would either. I don't think Sony's got enough money to bribe them to do it. I just don't think they would. I don't think Capcom's going to sell to Sony either, Onyx. I don't think Capcom wants to be bought out. Oh, Sony wouldn't have the rights to even Elden Ring. Is PlayStation the only division that is keeping Sony afloat? Yeah, for the most part. Right now, yeah. Sony is PlayStation is the only division. Well, PlayStation's like their biggest thing right now. If we get any more information about Avowed, it would probably be this year. I think well, I don't know, man. I hate it when they show us stuff so early because then it's just like, gosh, you just keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. I would much rather them only talk about stuff that's coming out within that year. I don't want to know what's coming out 2 years from now. I don't want to know that. I want to know 6 months is the max that I want to know about a game, dude, because yeah. I think we're going to get some pretty solid Xbox stuff this year. To be completely honest, I think Xbox is going to have a good year. Probably the later half of the year. I mean, okay, guys, when Xbox is talking about all right, we have to like put this into perspective so that for myself, this is the way I look at Xbox. Xbox games coming day and date to Game Pass is what matters now. Games coming day and date to Game Pass is what matters. It's not exclusives, it's not anything else. It is games coming day and date to Xbox. We just got Crusader Kings 3. We just got Wild West. We just got Guardians of the Galaxy, or not. I mean that, and other games coming a little later. That is what Microsoft's main focus is. Other games, like certain games coming out, it is all about what games are coming to Game Pass day and date, and that's how you kind of have to look at Xbox. That's how you have to look at Xbox, man. Xbox is not competing in the same way that Sony is, having to launch exclusives so that they're like, oh yeah, we got another exclusive. Game Pass is where it's at. Game Pass is their marketing budget. Game Pass is their platform. How they're advertising, how they're how they're getting games out there. They're not as concerned about exclusives as they are concerned about getting you something in Game Pass day and date. That is where your mind should be focused on and how that's going to turn out. PlayStation has to do their little freaking has to do their exclusives because they have to prove that there's a reason for you to need a PlayStation 5. And I just don't think that they're willing to move away from that particular uh business model just yet. I know that they're really focusing on their live service. And if their live service, if only 2 of those 10 work out to be Fortnites, that would be perfect for them. That's all they need. That's literally they're like, okay, build me 15 live service games. I only need two Fortnites. I only need 2 Fortnites. You know what I mean? They're like, all the money we spend on the rest of them, I only need 2 Fortnites. That's all it is. Game Pass has the value. Game Pass, that's why you guys don't see a whole lot of freaking high level freaking commercials for Xbox games anymore. You see more commercials for Game Pass and less for games because let's put it this way, when Xbox comes out, you know, like tomorrow or Monday or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, well these are the 15 games you get for Game Pass this month. That's their marketing. That's what they're doing. And I'm pretty sure there's some prizes in this month too. You know what I mean? Um, you can't pre-order as of right now. I don't. Let me check. As of right now, I don't think you can pre-order Godfall on Xbox. So either that game is launching day and date into Game Pass, or it's or you're gonna have to wait until it launches to buy it. And that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Like it, I'm thinking this game is launching day one into Game Pass. I don't know though, man. That would be a pretty freaking that would be a pretty harsh sting for PlayStation, man. To tell you the truth, man, like making us pay $70 for that and the Xbox gets a day and date. That's so sad. But I mean, we've seen stuff like that happen before. Games coming soon. Oh, that store. Where's the oh yeah, that's the store. That's what I want. Games coming soon. Oh my goodness. Whenever PlayStation was like, we have 24 unannounced titles at PS. I was already questioning how many were VR. Now 10 of them are being, yep, exactly. And the other half, there's probably 5 games that are coming out that are regular NBA. And then the rest of them are going to be, yeah, look, right here, dude. Freaking, it should be right here. Godfall should be right here. Godfall should be right in here, man. It's still not available. Let me check right here. No nada. See, that's what makes me think this game is coming directly to Game Pass the day it launches. That's what makes me think that. Multiplication of services equals a lot of money. Yeah, dude. The more that people sign up for these, the more money they make and the more money they can invest in games. Sony says that we could never do that. It would take away from the quality of our games. No, they're already destroying the quality of their games by putting these games out as PlayStation 4 games. They're already undoing their what did he say? Virtuous cycle. They're already undoing that by not delivering true next gen PlayStation 5 exclusives that are built for the PlayStation 5 from the ground up. That's what's still undoing their virtuous cycle. He could say that, oh yeah, I mean, we need our quality, but you can't sit here and tell me that that these PlayStation 5 games have been like super quality, man. You just can't. They literally look, feel, they play, and they look like they're PlayStation 4 games with a shinier coat of paint. Literally what Xbox gives you for free just for having last gen games. You know what I mean? Sony is making you pay for them and they are trying to tell you these things are quality. I liked Horizon Forbidden West, but I do not feel like Horizon Forbidden West, aside from the cutscenes, it just looks a little bit better than what it does on the PlayStation 4 Pro version. It literally just looks a little bit better. Like it's not even that big of it's not really that big. It really isn't. Like and I'm looking at that and I was playing the PS4 version and I was playing the PS5 version and I'm like, my gosh, man, it just doesn't look night and day better. Like it looks identical. Like if you're sitting 8 feet away from that game on the PlayStation 4 or playing on the PlayStation 5, it literally would probably look the same. It's just it doesn't jump out at you and be like, oh yeah, this is good. And then like Gran Turismo 7, like it literally looks the same as it did on Gran Turismo Sport, but in 4K. And maybe a little bit better in some aspects. But I mean, when you get in there and you start looking at the ray tracing, like to the ray tracing's all jumping all over the place, and it's like really aliased and all that stuff. And I'm just like, wow, man, this just doesn't feel. Nobody should buy Godfall. It's a terrible game. Yeah, I don't think anybody should buy it, but if it comes to Game Pass, you should definitely check it out for yourself and not let a YouTuber tell you about it. 7 and Horizon Forbidden West was not. West is not quality. I'm not saying that they're not quality. I'm just not saying that they are virtuous cycle quality. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we gotta look at our virtuous cycle. And I'm like, Jim Ryan, come here, buddy. Like, Checkerbird Fuzz K is not freaking part of a virtuous cycle, buddy. It looks like it's fuzzy. It doesn't look premium to me, sir. I mean, you got Checkerbirds. We've got AI bots, Xbots, Checkerbirds, Xbots, Checkerbirds, AI bots, Checkerbirds. You know what I mean? You got Checkerbird Fuzz K. I mean, look at that PlayStation 5. Look how big that thing is, man. It's got to be big to house all those damn Checkerbirds, bro. Like I tell you all the time, man. Like Xbox has got little bots, little AI bots in there that make better looking freaking DLSS. I'll tell you right now, DLSS compared to Checkerbirds, I'm taking DLSS every single time, like 100% every single time. Them damn Checkerbirds, man, they are fuzzy. And I'm not trying to be mean to PlayStation, but my gosh, dude, you come out and you're like, this PlayStation super, and you're like using freaking last year's. I mean, like you're using last gens. All right, cool, man. At least it got us by. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, this shit's old, man. Like, can we do something a little bit better than Checkerbirds now? I mean, Sony, the Checkerbirds look better on the PS4 than they do on the PS5. What's going on, man? But we like our Checkerbirds. They're like, we trained them. We trained them real good on the PlayStation 5. I'm like, no, dude, they're way fuzzier than they were on the freaking last gen console, man. I've seen much better looking games. PS3, it's more like, yeah. Ooh, PS5 is as tall as my PS5. I know mine too. Oh, the Strangers, yes, Strangers Paradise is. I don't know. Okay, it's either checkerboard or it is like the worst freaking film grain I've ever seen in my life. The performance mode looks better than the 4K mode. Like, I'm not joking. Like, it looks cleaner on the freaking performance mode than it does on the 4K mode. The 4K mode looks super fuzzy, and you can't even see their faces. They look so blurry. I was like, "Are you serious, man? Like, really? Like, this is what we're Square? What's going on with you guys, man? Like, seriously, what's going on with you?" And then, like, that makes me worry a lot about Forspoken and Final Fantasy 16, man. I'm like, ooh, gosh. Sony don't have to do day one on PC. Look how much God of War sold on PC after 4 years. I think a lot of people on PC, Jeremy Russell, probably bought that out of curiosity to see how hard they could push that game. And yeah, I'll tell you what, it does look good, but I'm not like super impressed. I'm not super impressed with freaking Horizon Zero Dawn, man, and that one's got ray tracing in it. I think that, yeah, dude, I'm not like super impressed with. I am kind of impressed with Days Gone though. Days Gone actually looks really good on PC. Now they want a cap for the oversized. I know, dude. The ponies are the ponies. Ooh, look at Shadow. Well, Xbox doesn't freaking lie to me, Shadow. Bar maybe the lighting parts. Yeah. I'll probably spend on his PS5 Slim just to change it. I know, wings on a router. That's so bad, dude, that it looks like a freaking router, man. Like, oh my gosh. Jeremy, look. Look how much Elden Ring sold on PC. Yeah, dude. God of War. God of War. I think a lot of people bought God of War out of freaking I think they bought that literally out of curiosity to see how hard they could push that game. I mean, like, I mean, like, God of War was a pretty good game, but I mean, like, yeah, dude, everybody that wanted it on PC has bought it. Yeah, Spider Man looks great. Spider Man looks really good. Now turn on the Fuzz K mode. No, I'm just joking. Actually, like Insomniac's temporal injection is way better than Checkerbird. Like way better. Like their temporal injection is basically essentially what you're getting with FSR2 2.0, which is, you know, it looks better. It holds together better than Checkerbird does. Oh, Jeremy Fomo sells copies, bro. Elden Ring sold 12 million. 10 of those are on PC alone. I'm pretty sure it's still selling more. I'm pretty sure they're up to like 15 by now. Well, you can't be that bad. You can't be that mean to it. Like those Checkerbirds, they are going to make noise, man, when they're pumping out that Fuzz K. Somebody wants to do PS Plus extra day and date releases. I'll probably start launching on PC day one. I think they should. I really do think that I would honestly, man, if they started doing day and date, I would probably just start buying the games on the freaking PC. I would probably just buy my PlayStation games on the PC. And then if I couldn't run them like that, that'd be up to me, man. Like if I cheap out on a graphics card and I can't play them the way I want them, then yeah, dude, I would much rather be able to play my PlayStation games on the PC because I feel like my Xbox gives me a decent enough experience that I don't really. I played a lot of games that I got on Xbox on the PC, and like like the difference is so. The difference is like visual wise, the difference ain't that bad. Um, honestly, even with the PlayStation games, to be completely honest with you, visual wise, it's not like night and day or anything like that. It does look better on PC, but I mean, not as it's just not as extreme it visual wise. But like when you start getting into performance, that's when things really freaking take off, man. Like when you're sitting there playing a Assetto Corsa Competizione at 165 frames a second with everything maxed out, and it's like, whoa, this looks dang beautiful. That's when things really start to blur the line for me. And I'm like, wow, man, this is intense. You know what I mean? But if I wanted to do all that on 4K, I would be at 4K 60, and my experience would be basically like the console. You know what I mean? Like it would be pretty close to what I'm getting already on my console in the 4K mode because 4K is pretty dang expensive, and my PC will barely do like 4K 60. Well, not barely. I mean, some games I get like up to 100 frames a second at 4K. Some I get like Cyberpunk 2077 with max ray tracing, I get like 35 frames a second. So I mean, whenever I turn the ray tracing on in 4K, that's when the game really starts to take a hit. But if I have no ray tracing on, I get 60 and above at 4K. So I mean, for me, this PC was pretty decent. Like it's all right. But I mean, just to get native 4K at 60 frames a second for 1,200 more than one of these consoles is like, oh boy, man, is that? But yes, it's worth it because now I can play Arma 3, and I can't do that on console. So yeah, we're pretty good now. All right, realist. PlayStation is the home of Souls games. PlayStation, it's just not loyal. It's just not loyal. Yeah. Xbox operates at a loss to get you to subscribe to Game Pass. Sony hasn't got the money to do that. I don't think you're going to see PlayStation coming out and being like, "Did you guys hear that PlayStation?" Okay, I used to run a video game store. PlayStation got rid of all of those reps. They just fired them all just recently. They just fired all those reps. They are no longer interested in trying to push that stuff. They're no longer interested in trying to push physical sales, man. They're like getting rid of their like all their reps. I'm like, wow, dude, that sucks, man. My rep was pretty cool, man. And like all that marketing money that they used to give away, like, well, I mean, like, really, what do you got? GameStop, dude, that they used to go to that wasn't really running over to like Toys R Us or any of those kind of places. Like all those physical storefronts are starting to shrink up to the point where they just don't care, or I mean, maybe it has a lot to do with COVID too, but the fact that they're getting rid of all of these reps, that has got to tell you something that, like, yeah, dude, they are, all of these companies are going full steam ahead digital. It's cheaper for them to get you a digital copy. It makes more money for them. They're not losing as much money, and they're making way more revenue off of not doing a physical media. If PlayStation was smart this generation, they would have pumped out a ton, way more of the PlayStation, the discless one. Dude, they would have cornered their market like really bad, but they chose to short side themselves and be like, oh yeah, let's get the disc one out there because we can charge them $100 for a disc player. And because I mean, honestly, the PlayStation 4, I mean, the PlayStation 5 without a disc is literally what I think the PlayStation 5 price as a whole should be. Like, that's what it should be. And for them shooting themselves in the foot to sell that disc version, whoo, man, they could have had the digital market cornered, man. They could have had that cornered because the PlayStation fans, myself included, I would have bought it. I would have bought the discless one. That's what I wanted, was the discless one, because I'm never going to use that disc drive. Like, what do I need that thing for? I don't buy disc games. Disney needs to make Spider-Man multi-platform. Yeah, they do. I think they're both moving that way to Will. I think they're both moving toward a digital future. There's a lot of us that really do like. I mean, PC is basically going all digital, with like Steam and everything else. Like, you can't even, like, when you go to buy a PC nowadays, they don't even have disk drives in them anymore. It's almost like you're expected to just accept the fact that you're going to be buying digital games. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you could probably still find a disc, but like, good luck with that. They're more easy to get. It's so much easier to just get a code for everything nowadays. It's not even funny. Multi-platform, yeah, they own Bloodborne too, but they don't own the thing that breathes the life into those games. Yeah, dude, From Software, man, it'd be too hard for. I mean, we've seen like the Surge. I mean, not a bad game, but we've seen like the Surge. We've seen like other games that like have come out, in like that Bloodborne type model. And I think the only other one that does it really good is Neo. Kyoe, like Team Ninja. They're pretty dang good at it. And I do like Stranger of Paradise. I do like the game. I just dude, it's probably gonna hit my backlog for a little while, and then I'm gonna like go through it because I want to be able to just sit down and go through that game. And now I'm working on Tiny Tina's Wonderland again, man. Like, I started playing Tiny Tina again yesterday. Got a little bit further in that, and I'm starting to like really like that. I want the Surge 3 open world. Like, oh yeah, dude, the Surge 3, man. If they could do that, that'd be pretty good. I think the first Surge looked better than the second Surge. What do you think, Darth? Had a discless version for $100 less. Would have bought it. They might drop one like that. I don't know. PlayStation games do look better on PC, but I'm not feeling that way about Horizon Zero Dawn. The other ones that I've played, yes, they do. Neo was ridiculous. I couldn't do it. Dude, the first Neo, man. Whew, dude, fighting that blob was so irritating, dude. But if you got fire, it's easy. Dude, I got pretty far on Neo 1. Like, I'm really far on Neo 1. On Neo 2, man, I'd gotten all the way to like the third stage or whatever on that. And then when I got my trusty PlayStation 5 and I forgot to download my save and I started playing it, and before I could remember, I got on there and yeah, dude, it had already replaced my save. So I was just so mad. That's why I haven't started playing Neo 2 again. But I will eventually. I mean, it plays at 120 frames a second now. I mean, you can get it on you can play it at 120. It's linear. Yep, Demon Souls remake is best looking Souls game out there. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. I do think that right now Demon Souls remake is probably the best looking Souls game. Period. Like hands down. Like it looks damn good. But it is. I haven't beat it yet, so I'm not gonna say a lot about it. I haven't beat it yet. I do want to beat it. I do like it, so I just need to find the time to sit down and like really invest in that. I like the structure of Elden Ring way more than Demon Souls. Way more than Demon Souls. But Demon Souls is the one that I need to get through. Oh, this looks amazing. Shows the real advantage of going next gen only. Yeah, I would agree with that, but I guarantee that game will work on a PlayStation 4. Surge 1 looks so good, man. Actually, you know what? Surge 2 on the Series X running on my monitor actually looks really good. It actually looks way better, actually. William Rogers, what's up, man? I just got an Xbox Series X. Yes, it's a boot time, dude. Series X is such a badass. And when you get a chance, William, hook that bad baby up to a 1440p monitor, dude, and like, whoo. I mean, it looks amazing on a 4K TV, but like, you got to see a few games at like 1440p, man. I'm telling you. Once I bought this monitor, dude, it changed my life. It changed my life. Yeah, dude, Amazon still has them on their website, dude. If you got a Prime membership, bro, you can get a Series X right now, I believe. Amazon Xbox Series X. Yeah, dude. Oh man. if you if you've got a 1440p monitor, I bought this this LG Ultra Gear, dude. It is so freaking solid, man. Oh nope, I guess they're all sold out now. Dang, dude, they were there for almost 24 hours on Amazon. Oh, dang, they were gone. Now they're gone now. Demon Souls is 4K 60 on PS5. No, it's 1440p. 1440p at 60 frames a second. Those LG monitors. Yeah, dude, this LG is freaking so nice. So nice. I'm so happy I decided to pick that up, man. And I'll tell you what, this was the only 1440p monitor they had there. So I was like, whatever, dude, I'll just buy that one. And like, I brought it home and I figured out, I'm like, oh, dang, this is actually a pretty freaking solid monitor. Demon Souls is 4K 30 and 1440p. Yeah, dude, it's 1440p. It's so that was the first disappointment I had with my PlayStation 5 experience. I came home and I was like, dang, man. Check Walmart. They have it. Yeah, Walmart has them. I know that Walmart's having them too, but when I tried to put one in my cart, it was trying to tell me I needed to pay like $700. So I was like, yeah, I don't know if that's right. I have I bought the LG Ultra Gear 1440p 165 inch with HDR. PlayStation doesn't support 1440p though. Walmart sold out. This is so much. There is no such thing as native 4K in PlayStation. Yeah, it's called Fuzz K. I made up that name for that moniker is Fuzz K. Fuzzk. Fuzz K. In poverty mode, Demon Souls is not even 30 FPS, it's 24. That is true, man. It does drop a lot of frames. Does feel a little sketchy sometimes, and it's like stuttery, dude. I can't do the damn stuttery, bro. It's so that's like my biggest problem with PlayStation 5 is that gosh dang freaking bad frame pacing, 30 frames a second that they got on every single thing. What's up, King? How you doing, Ken? King Ken is in the house, my friend. The Surge 1 was probably better overall, however, started off a little slower than 2. That's very true. I mean, I liked Surge 1, dude. I got pretty far in Surge 1. Surge 2, no, man. I'm really far in Surge 2, man. I'm really far in that game, but I just lost interest in it after a while. Best Buy's doing all access for the Xbox Series S. Nice. Amazon sold out. Scalper's Prize. Didn't know about Best Buy. What's going on? And now your mama knows. How you doing, man? Oh, I went and paid your buddy Cloud a visit today on his stream. I was talking to him. PlayStation can only display 4K or 1080p. Can't do 1440p. I've noticed MR2 that if I just run my PlayStation 5 signal to my monitor at 4K, because my monitor will accept a 4K signal and it will display 4K for movies, it kind of gives me that that thing. I feel like it's giving me 1440p because when I switch it to 1080p, it looks like 1080p. It does degrade the picture a little bit more. So I'm feeling like I'm getting my 1440p when the games go to 1440p. I've had my Series X for a year now this month. Nice. PlayStation needs to support 1440p displays is ridiculous. Yes, they do. I would much rather have it just run to at 1440p. As soon as they support 1440p, I'll probably never hook my PlayStation 5 up to a 4K TV again. Will, have you tried Elix 2? I am currently waiting to see if I'm going to get review code for that. Call your local Best Buy. I believe GameStop will have console bundles tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty far on my Elden Ring. Man, that game is amazing. Yeah, Elden Ring is freaking solid, dude. I love Elden Ring. Elden Ring is probably going to be like a game of the decade for me. Nice, Anthony. Cloud and I had a fallout. We didn't speak for months, so we just started talking again this week. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know what's I tried to give him a little bit of advice today, like Twitter DM, and I told him, I was like, dude, you know what, man? I know you probably don't need this advice, but there's already so many Xbox hate channels out there, bro. Do you really need to be another one? You know what I mean? Because I was kind of listening to what he was talking about, and I was like, no, man, like, because I told him, I mean, like, yeah, obviously the best way to play Elden Ring right now at 60 frames a second locked is to play the PlayStation 4 version on the PS5. You'll get a pretty much a locked 60 frames a second. The next best version is Xbox with VRR, and that goes for Xbox Series S now too after 1.3. It feels way better. And then after that would be the PC version. The PC version, the only reason why the PC version, I mean, because the PC version is a locked 60 frames a second, but you get these like stutters that not even VRR or anything can fix. So it just feels off every once in a while. Oh man, what's Returnal Performance? Returnal Performance is shaky still today. I mean, I was playing tonight. I jumped on there and I was playing with some random person, and it still feels like it's dropping frames and stuff like that. And it felt like it was more 1080p ish than it used to be. 1440p is the perfect res. I still even prefer with the 3090. Yeah, I think 1440p is solid, especially if you're getting native 1440p on a native screen. It is perfect, literally perfect. Because I feel like 1440p is the perfect medium because you get a native, crisp, clean picture and you get way more frames per second than you would on a 4K. 4K at 160 frames a second is going to take you a lot of power. A lot of freaking power to push that, especially at like max settings like you're getting on. How's Assassin's Creed Valhalla on Series S, brother? Is it worth playing? Yeah, Yeah, definitely worth playing. I would play it on a 1440p monitor, and like the experience is almost identical to playing on Series X on a 4K. It looks amazing. I think it's fine. You get 60 frames a second as well. I mean, there are some spots that you're gonna drop below 60, but it's 100% playable, dude. It's one of my favorite games. So yeah, dude, I think it's great. Frog, the PC version is patched. It doesn't stutter anymore. I will try that tomorrow. Then I will try it tomorrow. Because if I can get that as a stutter free, as they release and the other being summoned or starting to load in co-op or invade. Okay, I'll check it out. Because as of the last time I played it was probably just before I did my review on it. I turned them all back on and I played through them all for a little while, and that's when I did my review on it. Sometimes I play Series X on a 1440p monitor, but sometimes on my 4K TV. For the most part, I think personally my Series X is the only thing that's worthy of putting on my 4K on my OLED. My PlayStation 5, man, gosh, dude, I don't care to play these games at 4K 30. Like, I don't care to play them at 4K 30 anymore. I have no desire to do that. Especially after getting this monitor. Like, I just don't care, man. I would much rather play them at 1440p, native 1440p at 60 frames a second, or just not. I don't really care to play 30 FPS anymore. It's getting too hard on my eyes, man. I can't keep up with that much longer. Like, I can't do it. It depends on the game too. Like, I tried to play just so I could see the beautifulness of Ghostwire Tokyo. I tried to play that one at 30 frames a second, man. I tried, and I just can't freaking do it. 1.2 is the stuttering patch fix. I was still having that. I was still getting stuttering just the other day. 30 FPS should be illegal in 2022. Yeah, for real. 30 FPS is so bad, dude. Once you go like 60 FPS like regularly on games that you love, it's so hard to go back. It is so hard to go back to 30 frames a second. Like, it really is. It's just getting too damn bad. Mr. Dude, yo, frog. Damn, I'm so tired I made it through. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, it's Friday. I'm on Series S. Series S is a beast. You know what, guys? I mean this too. When I say this, I literally feel like I've had the most consistent experience on the Xbox Series S with it hooked up to a 1440p monitor. I feel like my experience is far more consistent than either on my Series X or my PS5. And the only reason I feel that way about the Series X is because I know for a fact after playing that Series S that the Series X is being held back. I know for a fact. And the PlayStation 5 struggles on games that are only on it. It struggles all the time. But I mean, I do. I feel like Series S on a 1440p monitor is the most stable experience to where it's actually hitting what it was designed for far more often than the other two. Like, it just is. And that's simple fact that it just is 90% of the time hitting that desired, it's either hitting 1440p and 60 frames a second, or it's hitting 1080p and 60 frames a second 90% of the time. Xbox Series X, dynamic 4K. I mean, some games are being held back, to match parity with PlayStation 5. PlayStation 5 is the most inconsistent out of all three of them, where the range is so great on everything that it feels the most inconsistent. And that's not me being mean, dude. That's me as a customer paying my money for all of these consoles, and my experience on Series X and S are better than what I'm getting on my PlayStation 5. When I have my PlayStation 5 hooked up to my monitor, it is a 100%. It's 100% when it's on my monitor. I don't feel anything negative on my PlayStation 5 when I have it hooked up to my monitor. But it's designed for a 4K TV. So if it's designed for a 4K TV, it is not hitting it is not consistent with what is advertised on the box in providing that experience to me with the PlayStation 5. So I mean, we could sit here until we're blue in the face, going back and forth about PlayStation Foundry and just how much better the PlayStation version is of everything on the Xbox. But I mean, I guarantee you that checkerboard rendering is baked right into the PlayStation 5 API because I have seen evidence of checkerboard on every single thing I played on the PlayStation 5. That's why I play Sony for now. I don't care how games look. I like frames over looks, but most games are running better on PS5 for now. You know, that might be the case, Jeremy Russell, when they first launch. When they first launch, they are better optimized for PlayStation 5. And I have seen that myself on some titles because I've bought 2 copies of a few games. They might feel like they're running better on the PlayStation 5, but within a few weeks, like it's usually right after the Digital Foundry video comes out showing that these games get patched and they do in fact run better and look better on Xbox Series X after those patches. How's my work, buddy? It's pretty good. Yeah, 30 FPS is just not fun anymore, Sashank. It's so freaking bad nowadays. Oh my gosh, like I didn't understand like last generation, I didn't really understand what like people were talking about it feeling like a slideshow until you start playing 60 FPS more regularly. Then it's easier. Your eyes adjust when you try to come back and you're like, "Whoa, this looks freaking bad." But I mean, yeah, that's so terrible. I remember telling everybody 30 FPS wasn't acceptable. They called me a PC elitist. Now they're now they know consoles can do 60 FPS. They agree. Proves I was right all along. Yeah, dude, it is pretty right. A lot of us, man, we didn't know. We didn't know. We were ignorant. And now that I have a PC and I look at the consoles that I have now, I'm just like, oh gosh, man, gosh. I seriously don't even want to play Assetto Corsa Competizione on either one of my consoles. I would much rather just play it on my freaking PC, dude. And that really sucks because it's kind of awkward now to try to hook it up because I still can't get like 160 frames at 4K with that game. But yeah, it feels a little awkward. PlayStation 5 looks worse on a 4K TV because you are playing 1080p resolution on a 4K TV. Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, on some of that stuff, I'll tell you what though, the stuff that is 4K on the PlayStation 5, when it's on 4K and you're sitting there in your front of it and you're looking at it, and you're not moving because you can't move unless you're playing Ratchet and Clank at the 40 frames a second mode. Like if you're not moving, it looks damn good. It looks really good. It really does look good. Like, but then you're going to want to play the game and then it's going to fall apart. And then you're going to be like, oh, I can't do this. Did you sign that Pegasus Nation contract? No, I think I lost mine in the mail. Don't talk about PlayStation. I'm going to cry. I know they're going to start boo-hooing about it. Don't cry. PlayStation 5 is fine if you've never seen an Xbox Series X. You'll be okay. I promise. So I think that the TV and monitor you choose makes the biggest difference. I have the LG C1 and games on Series X and PS5 look crazy. Just like FPS shooter. Can't no less than 144. Yeah. So for 35 years, I'm 41 years old. I don't want to come home from work and sit. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Jeremy. I do. I really do. Because I mean, we're the same age. When I come home and I freaking put my stuff on my 4K, bro, I want to just sit back and relax. But dude, like I run this channel now and I'm sitting here in this freaking chair and I'll tell you what, dude, I do play less on the monitor than I do on the TV. That is true. But when I'm playing on the monitor, like the experience is freaking insane. So the FOV and ultra wide, oh yeah, on ultra wide resolution on PC is a game changer. Maybe I will try that eventually as well. You don't have to sit at a desk to play on your TV and monitor. Yeah, that is true. You don't have to. I could put when I hook this PC up to my up to my TV, man, I play it just like a console. It literally plays just like a console. Oh, PlayStation 5 dashboard looks good in 4K HDR. Yeah, it does. It does. It definitely does. Don't move. I know. Don't move. You can't move once you get on that 30 FPS, man. You can't move, man. You just got to sit there and look at the graphics. That's all you can do. Why do you think I haven't beat a lot of PlayStation 5 games, man? Because I can't go anywhere. I have to sit still. PS5 has a faster clock. SX has more raw power. If games are native 4K, they should run the same or better on the Series X 60% of the time. They should run better. That's the thing. I mean, my PC has only got a 3.8 gigahertz CPU, just like the Xbox, but it can be overclocked to like 4.7. I understand all that. It's just how I like to play. Don't matter what's better in the end. I'm still playing the game I want to play. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's kind of like a job you've chosen to. Yeah, you're right, Jeremy. It is kind of a job. It is really a job, man. It's true to me. I have an Xbox and PS5. I do play them both. Just can't get into PC. Yeah, I mean, PC like is definitely taking me a little bit longer to get used to than any console I've ever played. That is true. That is 100% true. It is not something that you can just pick up and start doing like you can a console. You have to learn how to do some of that stuff. The truth in the end, I don't get mad at. I mean, I don't I don't necessarily 100% think that the PlayStation is like a bad place to play. Like I don't. Like there's stuff on the PlayStation that I like to play. It just I don't know, man. I don't know why just this whole generation I've just kind of felt like the PlayStation is overhyped and like I've been more excited about Xbox, so it's like every now I don't know, man. Like I really don't even care most of the time. I just play what I want to play when I want to play it. You really want to put in that time. Yeah, you do have to put in the time though to play on PC. It's not an extreme amount of time, Jeremy. It's really not an extreme amount of time, but it is enough to like make you think like I mean like most of the things like you're going to be like looking at the Steam store and you're going to be wondering, okay, now am I going to be able to play this game with a controller? Do I have to learn how to use mouse and keyboard to play it? Like it's just it's that kind of stuff that just kind of irritates you because you're frustrated and like you just want to play something looks good, you want to download it, you want to play it, you want to, and I don't know, dude, everything's just like it's so freaking convenient on consoles. We don't even, but once you learn how to do all this PC stuff, it's so much better. It's so much better. Like I'm getting so much better at all of that stuff. It's more than most people can do. Yeah. I'm starting to get used to the PC thing. I'm starting to get to the point now where I kind of do want to learn how to use mouse and keyboard. Because it like playing a couple of them first person shooters the other day with that, it actually is a little bit kind of fun. Oh, I mean, it doesn't feel natural for sure. It does not feel natural at all right now, but I will keep playing around with it. How do the highlighted replies? PS5 looks oversized. Like a humidifier. Oh, dang. Yep, 30 FPS is unacceptable now. Yeah. 30 FPS is so terrible. I don't know. It's okay. It depends on the game, man, because playing Grand Theft Auto 5 at 30 FPS is not that bad, actually. It just depends. Oh, yeah. I mean, eventually I'm going to get used to mouse and keyboard. I mean, I'm going to keep playing around with the FPS on mouse and keyboard. Once you get used to it, you can never go back. I know. I mean, it was feeling pretty good. I was playing around with it the other day on that Crows game. Crows, that game's cool, man. I'm probably going to force myself to learn mouse and keyboard for Arma 3. I do want to use my controller, but I also want to. I'll have my controller next to me, so if I want to just get into a quick firefight, cool. But for the most part, I want to learn how to do that game on the mouse and keyboard. 30 FPS, yeah, dude. 30 FPS makes me sick a lot too. I don't like mouse and keyboard. I use a controller every chance I can. I do too, but my gosh, man, some games I want to play just don't support the controller. And if they do, like if you force support for it, then you don't get everything in there. And it's not that great of an experience. Frog, it's over. PlayStation wins with their tier service. Looks scary. I know. Can't wait to see how many checkerbirds are moving in. Right, a lot of game remakes. And oh. Right, issues and controversy. Horizon Forbidden West was buggy overshadowed. Yeah, GT7. They're like, quick, hurry, release GT7 so we can forget about freaking Horizon Forbidden West. Gosh. Makes me vomit. Oh, I know. Playing a shooter with a controller on PC without gyro will get you destroyed. I don't know. I was holding my own on that one game, Crows. I was holding my own with mouse and keyboard as well as the controller. Used to be slower at moving on mouse and keyboard compared to controller. But I see after a few weeks, I was so much slower on controller. I know, huh? Like it does kind of feel a little bit, it feels weird, but good at the same time. I'm staring where I'm on PS Plus. Yeah. Jeremy, don't feed into too much of the stuff that I say, dude. PlayStation 5 is not a bad place to play, dude. If you've got a PlayStation 5, it is like if all I had was a PS5, I would be happy. You know what I mean? Like I've said that a million times on this channel. If all I had was a PS5, I would be happy. Like I would not feel I don't think I would be like I don't think I would feel that bad about it. My 12-year-old plays. PC is emulating every console on the market. Yeah, there's a strategy game, mouse and keyboard. Yeah, that's kind of the way I've been playing. Oh gosh, dang it! What's the freaking name of it now? Age of Empires 4, and I'm thinking about downloading Crusader Kings on the PC to play it that way because I want to play it on the Xbox, but I think I might just switch over to the PC and play that one. Long time to master, dude. I can't even type 35 words a minute, dude. So it's going to take me forever. Ever play a 360 game called Blur? I think I did, actually. I don't remember it, but I think I might have. I remember the name. Use KM, shooters, and controller for single players. Yeah. Age of Empires. It is a pretty nice looking game, dude. I'm going to actually be playing that some more often. All right, Onyx, you have a good time, man. Oh, console players should demand gyro aim for PS games. It's a must for me. Yeah. Don't be scared to move the keyboard off center. I'm left-handed, and when I'm playing a shooter, I have to move the keyboard so far over to the right to make it work. But just at the start, I just sound like typing. I do. I kind of have. I kind of figured that out the other day. Like I got my keyboard kind of over to the left of me. It's just it feels a little bit. It's kind of hard to just sit there with my hand right in front of me. But it was better, like you were saying, off to the side. You're yawning, brother. Time to sleep. I know, man. What time is it? 10:30. Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch that Halo and go to bed. Damn, we're still up. Yeah, I got on late tonight, man. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about doing some live streaming tomorrow. Maybe I'll just play some games tomorrow and kind of get caught up on some of the stuff that I've done. My wife's going to be working tomorrow, so I'll be able to just kind of get caught up a little bit, maybe do like a live stream at like 6 or whatever. Oh, maybe just sit here and make some content tomorrow about video games and stuff. I need to get more content out there, like quicker. Oh, no Red Bull. No Red Bull. Red Bull makes me tired, man. It just makes me want to go to sleep. Jeez, 12:30, man. Dang. What's up, Shaq? How you doing, man? Welcome to the party. How's that 1440p monitor treating you, Shaq? I appreciate you. Oh, man, thank you, Mr. Dude. I appreciate you. Red Bull give you, Red Bull gives me dreams, dude. It puts me right to bed. I'm like, my goodness. I got to go right to bed after I drink a Red Bull, especially this late, man. Whew. It has the opposite effect on me. I am a sleepy Red Bull drinker guy. Little Ray, what's up, my friend? Dreams. It does. It gives me anxiety. Yeah, I mean that too. Man, I used to drink a lot of those and Monsters and stuff. I do the Monster coffee now, to tell you the truth. I try to avoid Red Bull. What's up, Little Ray? How you doing, man? Oh. My monitor has been great. Finishing up Halo Infinite at the moment. Then gonna finish Hellblade. Nice, yeah, dude. The monitor makes older games look way freaking better. If you haven't noticed that, that's like one good thing about the monitor is you could play all them older games now. The ones that are like 1080p and 900p and all of that, they all look pretty good now. Good, man. I'm doing pretty dang good. Just a little back. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that, man. I really do appreciate that. Will. Yeah, so I want to play, I don't know, man. Like, I've been on this kick. I want to play like some racing games. I've been wanting to play racing games. I really want to play a lot of freaking Elden Ring. I don't know, man. I want to try to get into freaking. I've changed my mind about Tiny Tina Wonderlands. I still don't think it's worth $70, but I still do think I'm starting to like be like, wow, dude, this is a pretty freaking good game. Like Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is definitely growing on me a lot better than Borderlands 3 did. I don't know if anybody here is like a Borderlands fan, but yeah, even Gears Ultimate Edition looks great. Just a little time. Will do with mini games, so they can't finish Horizon until the fuzz gate gets fixed. That fuzz K is so bad, even on the monitor, huh? I was looking at that the other day, Shaq. I had it because I had my PlayStation 5 hooked up to the monitor because I was trying to record Ghostwire Tokyo, and I was like, you know what? Let me check out that freaking let me check out the Horizon Forbidden West. And I put that in there and I'm looking at it. I'm like, gosh dang, man, it's still freaking blurry on fuzzy on that. I can't do it, man. They just need to make it native. They need to do like a native thing. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate my 2 cents. My 2 cents is fun and it's free. Dude, can't wait for another Splinter Cell game. Splinter Cell, the first one is getting a remake, Mr. Dude. Ubisoft's already announced that. That's going to be pretty cool. I wish they wouldn't have announced it super early if they. I honestly think they should redo the first couple of them. Thank you, Little Ray. Appreciate that. Love your comments, man. Keep doing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyone have a mid-gen console? Mid-gen. Oh, are you talking about maybe them possibly doing mid-gens? The first was pretty good. The second one, I'm gonna watch that tonight before I go to bed. Series Elite, supposedly. If they do a Series Elite, I'll probably pick one of those up. I would pick them both up, honestly, to tell you the truth. Probably won't ever get fixed. I'll push through one day. Just a shame. Horizon Zero Dawn 60 FPS looks better than the sequel. That's very true, man. That is very true. You know what the funny thing is, though, Shaq? Put it on the freaking PC, man. Oh my gosh. Horizon Zero Dawn. It doesn't look as good as Forbidden West in 4K, but it is a good looking game, man. It is definitely good looking. I don't think so. You never know. They have Xbox has been known to do elite consoles, but usually when they do like their elite consoles, it's more it's like a bigger it's like a bigger hard drive or something like that. It's never been. I don't think they're elite consoles. Well, they've came with like the elite controllers and stuff, but I don't think they've ever come with upgraded specs in terms of like um performance or visuals. I don't think they've ever done an elite with upgraded stuff with a gyro and better rumble. You know, this here is a true story. Like I was starting to fall into the haptics are great until I downloaded gosh dang it, Deathloop. Until I downloaded Deathloop on the PC, and the rumble in that thing, man, like when you're running and you can feel your footsteps like you can on the PlayStation 5, I was like, wow, dude, this feels better on the Xbox because it's like a little bit better. I don't think they should do a mid-gen refresh this generation. I think PlayStation might because of the PlayStation 5 Pro moniker. They might keep that moniker and do another one, but I don't know. I don't know about Xbox, man. If PlayStation does one, I want Xbox to do one too, though. PS5 needs a Pro model. Series X RDNA 2 features hasn't been used yet. It depends if it depends on how good Direct ML2 is. When Direct ML2 comes out, yeah, the 360 Elite 120 gig hard drive, Xbox One X Elite 2 terabyte hard drive. Yeah, see, it's usually just hard drives when they upgrade those. Should make a special edition Series S. Imagine a Halo Infinite Series S. That would be pretty cool. PlayStation will. I think if PlayStation does, Xbox will. I'm pretty sure they've already got something in the works, but like, what do they do, man? Like, what are they going to do? Double it again? Are you going to get a 24 teraflop and a freaking 20 teraflop PlayStation? I mean, like, really, dude? I mean, like, yeah, in a couple of years it's possible, but are they really going to do that? You know what I mean? Like, here you go. Here's your 24 teraflop Xbox that they got to freaking build games for now that are, you know what I mean? Like, it just, I think it really put so much, I don't know, man. Like, they always talk about scalability and all of that stuff, but I mean, let's be honest, if it's not going to actually scale the way it's supposed to scale, like, are they going to really are they really going to have a 24 teraflop Xbox and an Xbox Series S all the way down at the bottom end of the scale? Like, what are they going to do? You know what I mean? Like, why would they do that to the fans again, man? They can't even get these consoles out right now to people. Like, I don't think we need another mid-series refresh unless they seriously get to the point with graphics that we have to literally go back to 1080p. I don't think we should be talking about mid-gen refreshes. And if PlayStation does it, like, that's stupid, man. That's so dumb. PlayStation made their bed. They should lie in it this generation. It doesn't make sense to me. It's like the last gen, it was perfectly okay because we were starting to get 4K TVs, whatever. But now, no, it doesn't make sense. They put out what they felt they needed to be the best this freaking generation. No Steam Deck here. Not yet. And Forza is great. They can definitely do better haptics than PlayStation. I think so. I think that the Xbox having the rumble in the triggers as well as in the handle, in the grips too. Like, yeah, dude, it definitely feels better than the haptic feedback on the PlayStation. I mean, it does kind of feel cool on the PlayStation, but it just, like, in racing games for me, I love the Xbox. The way the Xbox controller feels better. Games need to catch up to hardware. Yeah, exactly. We need to We need to see what these consoles can really do before we start like asking us freaking people that are going to buy another one to shell out more money for a console when we haven't even seen what the one we got can do. Don't see a mid-gen refresh being possible. I don't. There's too much that goes into it right now. Trying to get the Elden Ring series S would be dope. I mean, maybe at the end of the generation, like in 4 years, if we're gonna have like an extended generation, yeah, I could see them doing something like that. But yeah, I don't know. PS4 first party games and RDR2 set the bar so high that next gen doesn't feel next gen. Yeah, you're pretty much right. Those PS4 Pro and Xbox One X, they made this generation not feel as impactful as it should have. That is true, very true. I don't think you get more power in refresh consoles because they're getting to the point of diminished returns. Not with me next to consoles after that. I think that's the conundrum where they're at right now. They really should let these live out their life cycles, and then so they can actually give us an actual freaking a next gen upgrade. You know what I mean? Next gen is performance and loading times. True. $80 different we get. Elite Series 2. Elite Series 2 is a good controller. I do like mine, but PlayStation 4 Pro was ahead of its time. I can't tell the difference from PS4 Pro and the PS5. That's true, man. Once you've seen like 4K, you've seen 4K. Now we just need higher fidelity visuals. DirectX API, yeah. I think DirectML is definitely gonna put the Xbox in a different freaking. Because I mean, if PlayStation's not doing anything with AI, AI upscaling, and they're only going for temporal reconstruction or basically checkerboard, then Microsoft's going to have a huge advantage over that. A huge advantage, especially if DirectML is anything close to what this Intel XGS or DLSS is doing. Like, woo boy, that's going to be pretty great. Elite Series 2 destroys my retirement. I know. Oh, damn. It does. That Elite Series 2 is a dang good freaking controller. Porn PSVR. I know. Yeah. Far toggle switch would be nice. Facts. Sony and Microsoft will try their hardest to push us towards PC in the future. Consoles need. Oh, yeah. I think we're already getting there, man. I think we're already getting there. I don't think the Elite controllers should be $200, man. I think they should be about $100, especially with the longevity of them. They last about 1,000 hours, dude. I mean, the Halo Elite, yeah. Not much difference between mid-gen and next-gen consoles because of cross games. Definitely we are starting to notice like higher fidelity visuals, way better vegetation. We're starting to notice better, what I call better environmental blending. We're getting higher fidelity in our pixels as well. April Fools. Oh. Chicken birds. Yes, you definitely got to get your merch. Let me oh dang. I forgot to put a link in the description for the checkerbirds. Let me go ahead and upload it right now into the description of this amazing video. If you would like to get your Checkerbird merch, there is a link in the description for the Checkerbird merch. Check it out. Get yourself a hat and a t-shirt. You definitely need those. It's not 130. I've seen the Elite Series 2 on sale for like 130 bucks. 129. Yeah, I've seen them for 129 to up to 179. Back paddles are a game changer. It depends. I do use them on some games. Definitely used them before I got my flight stick on Ace Combat 7 to do like the missiles and the gun like on there. That was so nice. Link isn't in the description for shirts. Yeah, it should be now. The red bubble one. Laughing my ass. Oh, it's in there now. I just put one. Frog, what does PlayStation has to do to get back in your good grace? I don't know. I think they're going to be back in my good grace here pretty soon. To be completely honest with you, once they actually start giving me, so once they stop the cross gen, I think we'll probably be in a lot better place. PlayStation is the best. Froggo, Jim Ryan told me so. I know. Jim Ryan said it was premium, and so it's premium. I'm like, why does the non-premium system look better than the premium one, sir? No, I'm just joking. I don't know. I'm starting to play it a lot more, Shaq. I really am starting to play my PlayStation a lot more. Just because there's been a lot more games coming out for it, and I've been covering them. Competition brings out the best in us. I want them both to do good. Like, I want them both. I got my handbrake ordered. Nice, Chris. Nice. Dude, the handbrake is going to be so much funner. Why didn't they just go with the trophy system? Like silver, gold, platinum? Instead of having these stupid tiers with different names. I know. The console's premium. The games are not. And dragging it down. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now, dude. It's like he's talking about this virtuous cycle, and I'm like, no, dude, you're destroying your virtuous cycle by doing cross-gen. If that's what your plan is, like you're destroying that virtuous cycle because now everybody is paying a $70 premium for PlayStation 4 games. You are effectively killing your virtuous cycle by doing that, by charging us that extra money for a PlayStation 4 game, man. If it's a PlayStation 4 game, yeah, dude, that he's destroying that because we're expecting a next gen quality experience, and we are getting PlayStation 4 games that look just a little bit better. Oh, I bought my new car in GT7 instead of making my payment towards my student loans. Yeah, I'm smart. I thought they should have a bank DLC so we could start taking out check loans to get these freaking cars, bro. They're like, oh yeah, man, just jump right into they should too. Just get like a little check loan place and stick it in the middle of the map so you can go in there and just boom and like put in your card number and get a check loan so you can, and then they just pay you out right there in like Gran Turismo cash. Dude, that'd be so funny, man. $1,600 for my PS5. I want PS5 next gen, not PS4 cross gen. Exactly, man. That's where a lot of, I think that's a lot of the frustration with a lot of us PlayStation players, man, is we were told that this was a next gen premium experience, and I don't feel like we've gotten that premium experience. I don't consider checkerboard rendering premium. I just don't. I don't consider. I mean, like I do think 1440p 60 FPS is fine, is perfect, but I want 1440p support so I can get that natively on a 1440p monitor. I personally believe PlayStation 5 is a 1440p console. If they would just give me VRR support and 1440p support, like I would probably never complain about PlayStation 5 again. I would probably never. I would just always play it on my monitor so I wouldn't care. Like it wouldn't bother me. I mean, as it sits right now, I mean, whether I'm getting 1080p or 1440p right now, um, I'm still not that. I mean, it's not even really bugging me that much anymore. But playing Horizon Forbidden West on a game that you want to play on a 4K TV and it not giving you what you want, like that's not a good experience, man. That's not a good experience. I don't think PS5 will be doing checkerboarding in 2023. I hope not. I hope not. I really hope not. Both Microsoft DirectML and NVIDIA DLSS uses hardware acceleration to boost efficiency of upscaling, but Microsoft DirectML technology is very advanced. I'm hoping so, dude. I mean, I know it's possible. I've seen what DLSS can do, so I'm pretty sure that Microsoft's DirectX is going to be pretty good too. And it might be something that they're working on with the Intel, dude. Like once Intel gets their stuff out, that XGSS or whatever for theirs, I'm thinking that it'll probably be able to work. You know what I mean? Miles Morales on PS4 games at 60 FPS is the only premium I've gotten on the PS5 so far. Yeah. I'm really hoping that Ragnarok, oh man, Ragnarok, it's got to come out sooner than later so that we can get on with this. You know what I mean? So we can get on with it. But all right, guys, I've been on here for a couple hours. I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep. I'm gonna watch that last that Halo episode, and then I'm gonna go to bed. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm gonna pass on Ragnarok. Thinking $10 time to upgrade to a PS5 version. Yeah, I know. Oh, Horizon Forbidden West super sampling is horrible. Oh yeah, it looks just as bad. Sony just announced a new upgrade to their PlayStation firmware. It's called chessboard rendering. Chessboard. I think there's a control hardware software is proven failing. Even the UI, Xbox here, by the way, but overall, Xbox has a better, friendlier consumer ecosystem with backward compatibility. Yep, you're right. Take care, Mr. Dude. See you, Shaq. See you, Dub Will. Everybody, you guys have a good night, man. I'm definitely getting tired now. I need to stop working so early. No, I'm just. All right, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow.